Hi guys, I just want to make a quick video that might not be so quick about how to tell your parents or guardians that you self-harm. Well, I'm going to start off by saying that telling anyone that you harm yourself is extremely difficult to do, and it's not at all easy to come out and tell someone that you harm yourself. I'm going to add in my experience and add in how different approaches you can go with in order to tell your parent or guardian. I'm going to start off with different approaches that you guys can use. Personal experience, I find writing to be very beneficial. Writing a note to your parent or guardian regarding the topic of you harming yourself can be a lot easier than verbalizing it, and I completely agree with that. If you are stuck on what to write, you can comment on this video and I will give you some sort of format. Format being, I will try and guide you through writing the note as best as I possibly can. Now, down to my mom's reaction. When she found out, it wasn't through me, it was through a friend's parent. I was not planning on telling her at any point in that time period, and it kind of came up because it did, and it happened, and she didn't take it well. Not that I was completely expecting her to take it well, because she's hearing that her child harmed herself. No parent takes that well. Unless there's some reason your parent does, and in that case, you're very lucky. But she lashed out. And it's not because she doesn't care, it's because she does care. And no parent, in this case my parent, didn't know how to adjust the situation properly. And that's common because my mom never even heard of people doing that. She didn't think that I would ever turn out to start doing that, and no parent really does. You cannot get mad at your parent for not understanding, because it's something that not a lot of people understand. If your parent or guardian knows that you self-harm, but they're not understanding to it, you might also want to consider writing a note about self-harm itself. I've been taking into consideration doing that because it's something that maybe my mom could use. So if you want to speak, some people are very good at speaking to their parent about anything. Some people are very comfortable and very open with anyone and can do that. And some people can't. But for the people who can, think about asking your parent if you can talk to them, but tell them that you want them to try and be understanding. Tell them that you want them to be supportive of what's going on because you're trying to stop. Regardless of what point you are in with cutting or any type of self-harm, it's best to let your parent or guardian know if they don't already. I know that that is a very frightening thing, and a lot of people think that their parents are going to freak out, which some do, and it's very unfortunate that not everyone can understand the topic of self-harm. However, it is in your best interest to let someone know before the problem gets too out of hand, because nobody wants to see anything happen to you, and if your parents didn't know, that's a lot. That is a very big deal, and I'm sure that they would rather know that you are in that situation than not know at all and be completely. If any of you need help with telling a parent or guardian that you self-harm, whether that be through speaking or through writing, please feel free to comment under this video. I reply to everyone, and if I don't, it might take me a day, but normally I reply right away. Also, I want to address this again. I am like 4 subscribers away from 300. For me, that is a huge deal. I started this channel probably last February, so it's almost a year exactly that I've had this channel for, but I've become more active on it throughout the year. This channel is a big deal to me because it's where I get to help people. I get messages all the time saying how much I've impacted lives and I've helped people in one way or another, and that to me is something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to be able to help people. I've always wanted to be able to be the reason for the smile on someone else's face, as corny as that may or may not sound. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this up because this will end up being like 5 minutes, and I don't want it to be, but it will be anyways. If you have any questions, again, please comment. I'm not exactly sure if I've covered everything in this video. I tried to make this video a little more short because I didn't have much time to film, and it was kind of a last minute idea through someone else, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I didn't cover everything, and feel free to comment. Again, I've repeated myself like 3 times. But anyways, have an amazing day. I'm proud of you, regardless of how long you've been clean for.